This is the best day I've had in a long time. All I do is eat.
What a life.
What a life. I'm Yotam Ottolenghi, and I'm taking you to some of my favorite places to eat in Amsterdam. This is where the chefs eat. I used to live in Amsterdam 30 years ago, and I've recently opened a restaurant here. So I've been spending more and more time in Amsterdam, reconnecting with the city, getting to know its vibe, its great restaurants. It's really nice to be back, to experience the city as it has kind of shifted and changed. I started actually cooking obsessively when I was living in Amsterdam before I moved to London. So I used to go and buy great produce here. They've got wonderful vegetables, there's wonderful cheese and fish. Some of my earliest experiments with cooking actually happened here when I used to live on one of the canals, getting to know ingredients in general, but actually Dutch ingredients. We're outside Uncommon Bar, this wonderful innovative place that does fermentations and great wine. The ferments are often using local ingredients, but at the same time using like super interesting techniques to create something which is really, really, really special.
What is your order, Yotam?
Can I have at this point of the day some black coffee?
Yeah, would you like a filter coffee?
Filter, yeah.
Yeah, we've been working with this producer in Colombia for the last 2 or 3 years. They have a lovely Ethiopian variety and they do a 72-hour aerobic fermentation. And it's just delicious.
So everything is fermented. The wine is fermented, the coffee is fermented, the pastries are fermented, and the food is fermented.
Yeah, we're unlocking a lot of cool, interesting flavors through our pastries and with fermentation.
It's amazing. This is also a beautiful space, and it's lovely to see those jars there, which we also have in our restaurants with all the ferments and pickles and things that just are waiting to find a home or waiting to find a plate or a dish.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
It's so cool.
Here we go. So we have 2 dishes to start with. This is our Jerusalem artichoke dish. We have a Jerusalem artichoke puree, and inside there is a chickpea buckwheat miso that we made last year. This is just some artichoke crisps. We have elderberry capers, which is the seed pod from the elderflower tree, which we've done a caper process with. Those are from 2 years ago. Also, they're about to celebrate their 2nd birthday tomorrow.
So this is like their birthday party?
Yeah, almost. Very special day for everyone. And here we have our wild garlic and stinging nettle gnocchi with hazelnuts. On some pickled asparagus, we have the wild garlic flowers, which were foraged, and just the crispy potato skins from the gnocchi themselves.
It looks beautiful. I love how they sit in these gorgeous, the bowls, I'm so jealous. I love how thin and elegant they are.
We work with a forager, his name is Jonael. We've been working with him since the beginning, mainly around Amsterdam, but generally in North Holland, to pick all of these wonderful local, really fresh ingredients for us. So for instance, this morning, he brought in some stinging nettles and the wild garlic, which we turned into a pesto for our gnocchi sauce. And also these flowers, which are from the wild garlic. That's just before they turn into a seed pod.
Wild garlic was picked yesterday, and it's on the plate now.
And it's on the plate today, yes. So
you don't get more fresh than that.
No,
right?
absolutely. So this is one of our favorite dishes that we've made so far. I love it because I think it's a nice sophisticated twist on this idea of chips and dips, which is very casual.
Those are berries?
It's the fruit from the elder tree. So it's after the elderflower has flowered. It's the seeds that come after. It's a labor of love, these, because you have to sit there for hours picking them off individually. We used to take them home from work and sit in front of the TV at nighttime. Just mindless, because it takes hours and hours and hours. But that's foraging and fermentation.
You get that kind of balance of acidity and richness through the pickling. When you have the gnocchi on its own, you go like, okay, that's beautiful, but I need some kind
very round
bit of acidity.
Flavor.
And then you hit on that and you go like,
bing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
All those beautiful greens that have been foraged, it's like the freshest pesto you'll ever get, right?
Yeah,
everything comes through. What's the crunchy stuff?
That is the potato skins from somewhere. When we make the gnocchi, we roast them on a bed of salt. It's my favorite way to get the nice, clean, not wet potato middle. So we scoop it out and then we roast those and we use them as a crunch. Otherwise, normally they would just be thrown away, which is a real shame.
Yeah, because potato skins are
delicious.
So good.
Yeah, and it just gives another dimension. I started out with my journey with Uncommon in the cafe, where the idea for the menu was an uncommon ingredient or process. And that really kind of lit a spark in my head of how strange can I get before the people of Amsterdam start to go, are you sure? It's very eclectic. I love to take 2 cultures and smash them together.
Same.
Yeah. Let's start with this one first. This is one of our desserts on our menu. It's all about quince.
Oh.
That was lacto fermented in a 3.5% brine for about 6 months.
So that's the jelly?
No, that's the sorbet.
Oh, that's a sorbet.
Yeah, and this on top, it's been fermented and then we dehydrated it, so it's a little bit crispy. And
So
very
the jelly
intense.
is the
jelly is the European quince, and these flowers are currant flowers that are in bloom right now.
It's just so quincy in the best possible way. Now, I was kind of trying to draw some stuff out of this in a pastry. What is in there?
This is all about pine, this one.
Pine.
Pine.
Okay.
So it's foraged pine. We make a pine custard that goes inside. There's a 70% chocolate crème, which also has pine in there. We use a pine syrup and a pine sugar.
Wow, I didn't expect pine. So the first thing I thought, I'm eating rosemary.
Oh yeah, similar.
And then, and now you're saying it, of course, it's not rosemary, it's pine. So good. Gosh. In this place, you're coming in to be surprised by what Matt and the team have created for you, because it is about the unpredictability of nature, right? Like whatever is going to come into the door, the ingredients will dictate what you're going to have on the plate. The idea of having pine inside a Danish pastry with chocolate is like so clever and so good and so uncommon. I love coming back here and see what people are doing, because just like there's this kind of explosion of great ideas and some great people doing great things all around. So good to be here. I find it so amazing, like this place and the other places I'm visiting, how much Amsterdam changed since I used to live here, which was in the late 90s.
Yeah.
When I was here, there used to be like high-end restaurants and some simple places.
Yeah, we designed it like the back is more like a dining room and people can actually secure a table, maybe for a date. And then at the front, we have this more feeling where you usually see for ramen bars. We're trying to find that sweet spot, not too bougie and not too simple.
I think you did, because it's not intimidating to come here.
Yeah.
It's very open.
Yes.
But on the other hand, you also feel like there is so much attention to detail.
Yeah.
And to get the attention to detail and still feel welcomed is an art form. Sometimes you go to a stuffy French restaurant, excuse the French, and you feel like I'm not allowed to breathe here. But here is this just like beautiful openness, which is kind of traditional Japanese.
Yes, kind of like the alleyways, the
alleyway space.
hidden spaces. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just does that so well. And also it's so Amsterdam in a way, because you
True.
walk off the street
Yes.
on the same level.
Yeah.
On one of these canal sides, and the buildings are narrow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tells the story. It's a Japanese story, but it's also a Dutch story,
Yeah.
which is what I love.
Hi, this is
Hello.
tofu. We're using Japanese tofu and salted enoki, and then crispy lotus, and then homemade dashi sauce.
Did you make the dashi vegan?
Yeah, it's vegan.
It looks delicious and beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
I just think this is such a lovely presentation for something so humble. It really is elevated through the broth, and the tofu looks so beautiful and shiny. And then the enoki, it just looks like there's so much wonderful texture in there, right?
Yes, we tried to combine it because tofu is a very simple ingredient, and we had to find other ingredients to complement the texture as well and make it a little bit more interesting.
And that combination of tofu and enoki is like almost like a classic, but the presentation here is so different because it feels a bit more refined.
Yes, and also very comforting because the broth makes it really like juicy as well.
Yeah.
And the crisps, they add a bit more texture even to it.
Really, I'm dying to try it.
Let's go.
Shall we do it? Wow. This is so delicious. I find it pretty incredible that it's vegan.
It was really a challenge for the chef to make it vegan because in Japanese cuisine, there's also
There's
a lot
always
of,
going to be fish.
yeah, because of the dried ingredients, but he
So-
made it work, so.
It really is so good. It's very hard to resist. Compliments to the chef. So this is the famous tonkotsu ramen.
Yeah. And then broth is a pork and chicken, and then we long boiling like 20 hours.
20 hours?
That's why it's really creamy. And then topping is marinated egg and spinach and then pork chashu. We grilling with binchota. It's like Japanese charcoal. So it's really smoky.
Oh, nice. It looks so beautiful and welcoming. And also so elegant with the dark bowl. Thank you.
Enjoy.
The whole idea of holding a bowl in your hand, I find it so comforting. Like my idea of comfort food is texture, getting up close to the food.
Yes, and I like that you mentioned the bowl because we actually sourced this from Gifu, which is the name of the restaurant, but also the hometown of our chef. And we went there together to also look at the materials and the craftsmanship. So these bowls, yeah, it's so special because we got it from there actually.
And also I just love dark bowls. They just bring out the colors of whatever
So
sits
well.
in them. So nice. It's just another contrast.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That broth is just to die for. I feel so privileged to be here and getting that.
Even for me, I had it so many times.
Yeah.
It's still like, it's so satisfying.
So satisfying. The smokiness really comes out of the pork. Like it's so beautifully smoking from the grill.
Miso eggplant, and then first we deep frying eggplant grill with binchota, and then we put charcoal on the eggplant for the extra smoky flavor.
And then you put miso.
Yep.
I love eggplants.
Me too. Actually, this is my favorite dish of the menu.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm just so happy we got an eggplant because I love cooking eggplant. It's
Right.
like, I suppose my favorite vegetable really, and I do so much with it. So to get it here in your version, it feels really special.
Yeah, me too. I'm very excited for you to try it.
Shall we just dig in?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. The smokiness and the sweetness. Wow. Nothing stays on this plate.
No.
It's all going, it's all going. I'm outside Café Binnenvisser. It's a beautiful place and they've got like comfort food and some great, great wines. I can't wait to go and see what they've got there for me. Cheers. Salut. Wow, it's like honey.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I have such a soft spot for natural wines. I just love how alive they are and how well they work with food. It's such a great combination. Thank you.
Soup is something we always start off here. It's like in the summer it's cold soup and in the winter it's hot, of course. And it's always vegetable based. So it's something quick, something nice to start with, something warm and welcoming.
Looks beautiful. I love the fact that all the bits of the leeks are used, including the green for the oils. And I love the fact when something is all about leeks, roasted or grilled on its own. And it's kind of got that beautiful sweetness. I'm gonna have to try. Oh, I love it. I love all the coconut there. It's
Bit of
delicious.
an Asian touch to it.
So good. You stay hyper seasonal, right?
Yeah, we wait until the produce locally is ready. We're starting to go into the spring season with white asparagus, very famous here in Amsterdam and in Holland. Everybody's getting crazy about it. It's the sign of spring and everybody just, awakes. Flowers and
the asparagus.
Yeah.
Vegetables are so interesting to cook with because you can take a chicken, you put it in the oven, you get a chicken when it comes out of the oven. But with vegetables, the process is
the
just
fermenting or drying or the different ways of roasting it. And
you can really tease out flavor. Wow, it's beautifully smoked, huh?
Yeah, it's a smoked curd.
Oh my God.
The pistachio.
I don't know if to eat it with a spoon or with a fork.
You need to eat with a spoon.
I don't want to miss it. I love it that it's a kind of a combination because it's quite special. There's a lot of layer of vegetable going on with the pistachio broth, and the beet that's been kind of like, has like this wonderful texture from the salting, and the padron that's fried. So you get a lot in there, plus the cheese, and everything together is like, it's so rich, it's like a main course.
Flavor-wise, it has a lot, but we love to cook with a lot of like explosive flavors.
Yeah,
definitely.
I like that too.
I know.
It looks so beautiful. I love how you put the vegetable in the center, and this is a dish that has a cabbage at the very center, like a nice, beautiful big wedge, like a celebration of that particular vegetable when it sits there right in the center.
Nice acidity of the gooseberry.
A really nice acidity.
Yeah. You need it with the richness of the sauce. And
It's rich and buttery, but it doesn't feel heavy.
no,
It's just so satisfying because you have the layer of the mushrooms and tahini, and
A lot
so
of umami.
beautiful and buttery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super full of umami. Congratulations, this is
thank you, Yotam.
so good.
Thank you.
Restaurants and bars are like the modern community center. Like people spend more and more times at home or in front of screens. And a place like this with its kind of generous proportions, the light, and then obviously the generosity of the hospitality is kind of the antidote to all this kind of like us with ourselves, which is a world that we kind of need to get ourselves out to. I've been to 3 incredible places, each one in its own way, that do great innovative things that combine tradition with innovation. And it's just so many good things, so many great people doing new things. And it feels very special to be joining this group of people with my restaurants at Mandarin Oriental here to do what we do well. It just feels very, very special within this incredible city and incredible food scene.